Welcome back, Nick Lenz's movie review, episode number 114. Yep, actually 115, excuse me. This I'm reviewing the second X-Men film released, X2 X-Men United. Yes, as for why the movie is called this, no idea. Bryan Singer returns lecture in the movie. All the X-Men who appeared in the previous movie, who were cast members, all come back. Khalid Iceman plays more of a bigger role in this movie. Of the Brotherhood, just Magneto and Mystique. That's it. They couldn't be bothered to recruit any new members in this movie. Nope. It's just two Brotherhood members teaming up with the X-Men. Okay? Well, Magneto was captured at the end of the previous movie and put in a plastic prison, which he broke out in this movie in a pretty good fashion, too. The movie opens up with Wolverine returning from his road trip. Yeah, apparently he went to, a version of, I think he went to possibly, Alkali Lake. He's like, fly off where you want there, left, came back, and he just gives keys, needs gas. It's like I'm tossed the keys back to fill it up. That was so funny. And then he goes to the kitchen, he goes at night, in the kitchen with Bobby Drake. Yes, Iceman. First time he comes in the movie, and he pulls a beer out of a kitchen cupboard. He's like, no, this is warm. And because he knows that Iceman basically, he's like, can you please? Sure. He freezes the thing, makes it cold. Wow. This is a pretty cool little scene. Yeah, also they said in the movie that Iceman hooks up with Rogue. Yes, draws heavy inspiration from the Ultimate Universe, because in the mainstream universe, Rogue hooks up with Gambit. I will talk about my thoughts about how Gambit is, why my feelings about Gambit absent from these movies when I talk about the next film. Yep. Yeah. Now in this film, we had the first live action appearance of Nightcrawler, played by Alan Cumming, who does a great job in the movie. Of course, the movie opens up with him attacking the White House. Yes. Oh, and there's a little fun fact here. Now there's a scene where you see like an X over a door, like in the Oval Office. Believe it or not, that is actually a real thing. Yeah, I'm like, really? They did not make that up? Nope. That is actually true to the Oval Office. He attacks the president and he just leaves like a dagger there. It brought up minorly later, but it's not really followed through. We also see the first live action experience of William Stryker. Yep, who in this version of the Weapon X program, he had to make first appearance here. He is actually in charge of it, even though in the comics he has, up until the Weapon X series, done by Greg Pak a couple years ago, had nothing to do with Weapon X program. Nothing. Yeah, it's like they integrated, it's like they wanted to use, a different character for this one. There was this guy called the Doctor, who had goggles. Yeah, actually, Weapon X program. But for some reason, they decided to, of course, he's a military box. Good actor. We also see the first appearance of Lady Deathstrike, Kelly Hu. And here's the kind of thing with this. This is the first of two comic book roles she's ever played in her career. Next time she'll be a comic book character will not be until she played China White on Arrow. Yes, I know she was the voice of Kari from the 2013 Michelle series. I'm talking about in live action. Yeah, first of two. The other, of course, being China White. Yep. And let's see, any first live action? Oh yeah, we also see the first live action experience of Colossus. He's this movie for one scene, and then you never see him again. Plays a much more better role in the next film. Yep. Now, in the case of what goes on with Cyclops and Mr. X, they are off to visit Magneto. Now, there's a guard who works in the prison where Magneto is kept. He runs the Mystique. She seduces him in the men's restroom, and then he just injects him with something that increases the amount of iron in his blood. And then Magneto basically, this is before that, and then somehow that Xavier and Cyclops were taken captive. by something. It's not clearly defined. Now, I get how they possibly captured Cyclops, but as for Xavier, no, not really. They don't clarify exactly how the heck he was taken. It's like he sent something wrong with Cyclops and he gets trapped in it with Magneto for some reason. It's never explained what the heck was going on with that. And then we have where, like, they get taken, and of course they have to go up to the X facility to go free them. Okay, so the X-Men, which now here's the thing. Now then we have, like, while this is going on, then we have the managed to get attacked by Weapon X soldiers. Wolverine takes a good number of them along with frickin' Colossus. Yeah, the only people who know they were even there was because Siren, who was a little girl in this movie, this back in the comics, she's an adult. She's the daughter of Banshee. Though they kind of acknowledge the fact later on that the Banshee show up in First Class is the father of this character. We also came by Kitty Pryde, who was not by Emma Page yet. Not the next film. And, well, they don't do much of anything with it. Yeah, Kitty Pryde. Second movie she appears in, and so she's there for a cameo. Yep, a cameo. Not sure why. And of course, Wolverine goes berserk on them, just takes them all out. I kind of wish Beast was in this scene, in this movie too, but yeah, they cut him for some reason. Yep, once again, Bryan Singer did not want to use frickin' Beast in this movie. Like, there were plans to use him in the previous movie, but no, we decided to cut him out of the movie for some strange reason. Like, what did Bryan Singer have against frickin' Beast, of all people? Yes, Jean Grey does some stuff, not a lot. So, they escape. Of course, you have Wolverine who takes Iceman, Rogue, and Pyro. And Cyclops, it's like, Pyro puts, hey, wait, this is Cyclops' car. And he says, he can buy me, like, I can have a new one. Of course, he cuts off thing, uses his own claw to start this freaking car, which I think is so hilarious. And they drive off and they place to stay. So where they go? The Drakes. Yep, Bobby Drake's house. Which they don't know he's a mutant. They have no idea. And then when he tells the mutants, like, his brother's like, goes upstairs. And then he just calls the police. I'm kind of like, really? Why the heck would you call the police for, man? And as far as I can tell, like there's people here, how the sausage in our house. I'm like, okay. Yeah, this, I think, is like the weakest scene of the whole movie. Like, when it comes to Bobby Drake's family. Like, I get the fact that I accept the fact their son is a mutant. Okay, fine. But Bobby Drake's brother is stupid. Really stupid. It's like, okay, once he outs himself to his parents that he's a mutant, it's like, his brother's like, you're no longer my brother, so I'm going to turn you into the frickin' police. Yes, his brother calls the cops on him. They show up. They shoot Wolverine. He's like, he puts down a knife. Says, I can't. So he puts him away. He gets shot in the head for his trouble. Like, a Vasilian effect comes in. And of course, then Storm shows up with Jean Grey, takes the cops very calmly, doesn't do anything major to them, and then they go off in the frickin' X-Jet. And I thought this was so funny. It's like they do like a spin around. It's like, I think his pilot said, "Please don't do that again." Wolverine's like, "Yeah, I agree. Don't do that again." Yep. And here's kind of the thing. They're flying apparently really high, and apparently somehow they flew over a military base. Yeah, how the heck is it even possible? Like, I get the fact military bases have got radar there, but last time I checked, this is a stealth jet. How the heck could they take a frickin' stealth jet? Yeah, apparently they're ordered to go down, even though they don't want to. So, Storm just creates a couple tornadoes. Yeah, this image basically is what she does in the movie. Brings down frickin' tornadoes on these two jets. Luckily enough, they both live perfectly fine, but yeah, they also partially damaged the plane, but okay, it's a stealth plane. How the heck can a stealth plane pick up a frickin' radar? This is never explained in the movie. Like, I get the fact, yes. Now, here's the thing. Radar cannot detect stealth at all. This is a stealth plane. The Black Jet, the X-Jet is a frickin' stealth plane. As for how the heck they found about this thing, they flew up really high. Not even frickin' people with binoculars can see this damn thing. unless somehow the satellites told them, there's no explanation. It's like, oh look, the military tried to shoot him down, but they fail. Of course, they also now why is Storm out with Jean Grey? Because they went to go retrieve Nightcrawler, who's hiding out in the church. They do keep the fact that he's religious, and there's a hint of attraction between him and Storm. Yep. And they go off to the Weapon X facility to break out to rescue Xavier and Cyclops. And also, Xavier is introduced to Jason Stryker, aka Mastermind. Yes, they pretty much made Mastermind the son. This version of Mastermind. Now, in case you're wondering, is there Jason Stryker in the comics? Yes. Was not introduced to the pages of all new X-Men. Except he wasn't his biological son, he was adopted. Yep, William Stryker got an adopted son. Yeah, that was something Dennis Hopeless created. He probably took this movie as inspiration. Also, Lady Deathstrike's look in the movie is completely different how she's picked in the comics. Here's picked with a black suit, and here's the thing. Like Wolverine's claws, they come out of her, like the Ant-Man claws, they come out of her fingernails. Okay, quite interesting. Alright. She is killed by Wolverine later in the movie by filling up with adamantium and shoved into the very tank that was used to create him. Yep. Yeah. And of course they break into the Weapon X facility. They take out some of the generators. Well, I think Storm's one does this. They free, and of course, somehow, oh yeah, and here's the thing. The reason why that Stryker broke into the Xavier Institute was to steal parts from Cerebro. Yep. And then he created his own Dark Cerebro, which is very poor mock-up of it. And they do create and use things to try to kill mutants. And then Magneto just rearranges it where kills humans instead. Look how things stop and they do get out of there perfectly fine. And as for Mastermind, well, he is killed supposedly at this facility. Yeah, he's killed by crushing debris. They all escape and they get on the plane. It's like, okay, Magneto apparently went off with Pyro for some reason. Strike is strapped to a freaking helicopter. He's left to die when the Alkali Lake blows up. And yeah, so they leave and basically they can't leave because it's still partially damaged. So, of course, how the plane gets there is quite interesting. Apparently, Rogue flew it. This was like parked it like about a couple miles, at least about a mile away. Apparently, Rogue flew it. Luckily enough, Storm comes and basically takes over the controls. And they need to get away quickly as possible. So Jean Grey sacrifices herself in order to save everybody. And then later on, you see a shot of basically like a bird covering it. Yeah, covering the water. This would actually be ignored in the next film. Yes. Yeah, so they go home. Do they retrieve parts for Cerebro? Nope, they don't. So, yeah. This movie is really, really good. Has some minor plot holes with it, but it's really good. They go home, and of course, they reflect on what happens. And yeah, good movie overall. Give this movie a 9 out of 10. Now, in case you're wondering, now, in between films, there's like no Nightcrawler who appears in the next movie. Yes, the outside reason is because Alan Cumming did not want to do the makeup again. I'm sure he loved playing the character, but he hated wearing the makeup. So, no Nightcrawler come back for the next film. Now, in story, they actually explain this in a video game. Yes, a video game that's actually canon with these movies. Called X-Men The Official Game. Which, get this, you get to play 3 characters. You get to play Wolverine, obviously, Nightcrawler, and Iceman. Yeah, and one of the storylines, I think it's Nightcrawler's, you actually go back to, I think it's either Wolverine or Nightcrawler, one of the two. You go back to Alkali Lake. Your mission is this: to retrieve the parts that were stolen from the movie, which apparently the writers of the movie forgot the fact they could have retrieved those anyways. So, and apparently the place is taken over by a combination of Hydra and Han. Yeah, so this takes the first portion of the game, but the reason why Nightcrawler is not part of the movie by the time of the next movie, because he just doesn't like the level of violence that the X-Men gets involved with, so he leaves. But the movie never mentions the game. But the game itself is real. I played the game, but the first level you play is a danger level game where you fight Sabretooth as a boss level. Yeah, it's an absolute fantastic game to play, but I've never finished it. I've got like partway through it. I've actually completed most of the Wolverine missions when I last played it. I played like a couple Iceman missions, and I played like one Nightcrawler mission where he's actually Echo Lake, and he has to confront an illusion of all people, like Jason Stryker. Apparently he had a pass with him for some reason, and he had to fight a freaking Sentinel in the scene, which I thought that was really cool. Yep. Otherwise, though, that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned. Well, I was planning to do a review of Black Clover 7th Sensei, but no time for that today at all. So expect the reviews tomorrow, along with a couple more movie reviews. Okay? See you next few. Bye.